This is a message just for POCs, just for people of colour. As people of colour, or POCs, we need to remember that as coloured people, we are important, we have done a lot for society, and a POC should not be ashamed of the colour that a POC has. We are not like the colourless people, the people that have no colour. I mean, we don't call them that, but those people who don't have any colour are not the same as us, because we are the people of colour. But of course, as people of colour, we shouldn't call them people of no colour, because that doesn't sound good. It sounds a bit patronising to call them people of no colour. But to refer to ourselves as people of colour isn't patronising. It's different. This is very important for us to understand as POCs, that there are people in the world, and the other people in the world are us, the POCs. Also, I believe it's imperative that we understand, actually I don't like the term POC, I find it patronising, I believe it marginalises us even though it's supposed to do the opposite. How? The implication is right there. There is a person and there is a person of colour. That clearly is implying that the person is default or standard. The person of colour is other, different. And this indirectly teaches white kids to just label all people who don't look like them as people of colour, and that they are standard, normal, the base person. And for the brown skinned kids to grow up with the notion that again they are the other people. And we wonder why the cycle of not really being able to see each other continues. There is no innate reason for it to be this way. But by constantly referring to ourselves as POC, we're making it seem so. Because it could just as easily be the other way around. Person and person of no colour. People and people of no colour. Do you see? We are normalising the marginalisation of ourselves. The very thing that has allowed for the creation in the perception that people with brown skin are different from white people, different in the way of being less than, therefore they can be treated differently. And of course I don't have to tell you there's been many examples around the world of this, and it still is today. It sounds ridiculous to call white people PONCs, but notice that it doesn't sound ridiculous to call ourselves POCs. Why is that? Because we've been conditioned to perceiving white people as the default person. And for those of you who like the term, who believe it's different to the term coloured, it's within the sentence, person of colour, which means a coloured person. Just to prove that we're marginalising ourselves by labelling ourselves POC. Look, POC in the dictionary, a person of colour. Now if I do PONC, person of no colour, no definitions found. And there's another one, BAME, Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic. Don't get me wrong, I completely understand it's supposed to create this sort of solidarity between certain members of society. And I of course understand why different brown skinned people across the world resonate with certain issues that each other is facing. But I for one don't believe that we need to identify with this blanket label in the process. I feel it's far more beautiful and real to acknowledge the differences but still say, I want to help you. I see you. Although my path has been different to yours, maybe similar in some aspects, here, take my hand. Helping each other out without feeling the need to identify with this blanket label, person of colour.